Family, this is your man, not your boy. Go Black to Africa. You know, it is a beautiful thing to listen to the young minds of the youth here in Africa that recognize truth. This young man here who was sharing about tearing down the borders of Africa has come to realize that he himself is being hindered in life, looked on upon as a foreigner, looked on upon as one who is just coming into another country different than the other person because of the name of a country that was given by a European. Now, y'all know about the Berlin Conference, and when they wind up dividing up Africa, each country that was involved in that took a piece of Africa and made it its own. And yes, it has brought up a different governmental system, brought their language in, their religions in, and put it upon a people who turn around, bought it, and to this day argue and fight over it. When are we going to wake up as Africans? When are we going to decide that this time right now, we must unite? You see America, who has 50 states, each one having their own governors, their own mayors, their own state representatives, but still collectively is participating as a country. Why isn't it that Africa cannot do the same? Youth, I speak to you all. Stand up, rise up, put demands that we want a united Africa. As long as we stay divided, we will remain weak in the eyes of the enemy. For the enemy knows that the day we unite, we become a greater force to reckon with. Now, for the elders, those who are in the positions of authority, those who are leaders of countries, you have to get to a place to be able to sit down your pride as wanting to be a one leader. Somebody is going to have to step aside and allow that one to be the one, the voice over the continent. It's easily done if pride is laid aside. But we know there is a lot of influences, whether it's ran by money, whether it's ran by force, that are keeping our so-called leaders in a position of submission. Look at some of the ancestors who wanted to fight for a unite of Africa. Look at those who gave their life up. For their life they gave for us, only to go on to a place that is better than here. You never forget that the day you close your eyes and take that last breath, you're going to have to answer. And so I stand with this brother who is calling out the borders to be torn down. Just like America went over and told Gorbachev to tear down the walls. We have to tear down these border walls. We have to stand up and become one voice. We need to stand up and become one African. If not, we will remain the same weak African that we stand today alone in each country. But I see great dreams for our youth, for their waking up, for the social media has come in and opened their eyes. Every last one of you all out there in the diaspora, start sharing all the history, all the shame that the Europeans have done against the motherland. Share in your social medias the history, the shame that has been brought on to Africa. Continue to push and promote those social videos, those pictures that has come to surface so that each and every one of us will become knowledgeable of the traps, the schemes, the scams that are being placed here on Africa. So I ask you all to stand united with Africa. I ask each and every one of you all to become a voice. For who else are you going to have a voice for? America? Europe? Canada? These countries who are led by Europeans? No. Never forget where the lion has come. For the lion has laid sleep for a long time, but it is waking up. Just like the lion in the circus. When he has his day, he mauls the ringmaster. We have to rise up like the Lion of Judah to become that people that we're supposed to be. For sitting around waiting on God to give us a helping hand is foolish thinking. But to realize the power that God put in us to do such a thing is a wise man's thinking. So as I sit here in the motherland of Africa, asking each and every one of you all across the globe to stand with us, to tear down the borders, put pressures on your dignitaries, put pressures on your political parties, put pressures on everyone out here who has a play and a part in ensuring these walls can come down. They may not be brick and mortar, but these are invisible walls that has hindered us from trade, hindering us from going to see our other family members, hindering us from freely travel, hindering us to be able to go out and find newfound land that I can prosper. Stand with us. Be with us. One like mind, one like spirit is all we need. Never forget, this is your man, not your boy. Go black to Africa.
The first one is to remove borders in Africa. We don't want borders because borders are meant to divide us. We are one in Africa. We are brothers and sisters. So these borders are dividing us. Hence you find out that when I go to Zimbabwe, I'll be called a foreigner, whereas I'm not a foreigner. There's no African that can be a foreigner in Africa. You cannot be a foreigner. Zimbabwe is my home. Nigeria is my home. I'm an African. So I must move wherever I want to go in Africa. I'm a foreigner in Europe. And what is so funny, we see that these things, these borders, they were meant to divide us. I will just give you an example. For example, in South Africa, the real foreigners are not called foreigners, but Africans are called foreigners in Africa. Why? Because of these borders. But not a single Chinese, not a single European, not a single American will be called a foreigner in Africa. They are called investors. They are called business people. They are given nice names. But when it comes to our own brothers and sisters, we call them foreigners. Why? Because of these borders. They were meant to divide us. And we must say no right now. We must say that thing must come to an end. As long as we're still alive, we must fight that thing so that the generations to come cannot see another African as a foreigner. So that the generation to come, when you see your brother, you see someone you can work with. You see someone you can build future with. We want to create a situation where I don't need a visa to go to Zimbabwe. If I want to go to Zimbabwe tomorrow, I must just go. Zimbabwe is in Africa. What is AU doing? AU was supposed to fight these things. The AU was supposed to unite Africa. Africa is not united today. We still have borders today, but we still have AU. What are these people doing there? These old generations, they are problematic. But we are not worried because we know they are only left with few time. They are departing. We will be here. They will be watching us on heaven or whatever. We have leaders with more resources, with everything. They have everything. and they can unite Africa. And they know that they can unite Africa, but it's just that they don't want to do it. They have our leaders that we have, in order for them to discuss African challenges, they go to Europe and have meetings and discuss African challenges. So we will unite Africa. As young people, we are the majority in Africa. So once we unite as young people, there's nothing they can do. We will defeat them, and victory is certain.